Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam. We are now on the last chapter of the civic syllabus as part of the social science textbook for Cbse class 6, Exploring Society, India and Beyond. And what are we going to do in this particular chapter? We are going to look at local government in urban areas. That's what is the focus going to be as far as this chapter is concerned. Grassroots democracy is the larger chapter, and I hope आपने पहले के वीडियोस देख लिए हैं in which the previous one we spoke about the rural areas governance. Before that we gave you an umbrella, and the first chapter was of course about the concept, the unit of family and community. Okay, so ये चार chapters आपके civic syllabus में हैं. आखिरी chapter आज हम इस वीडियो में करेंगे. Okay, उसके बाद we will look at question and answers from each of the chapters separately, so that you are absolutely 100% prepared, not 100%, 150% prepared to face your examination. Okay, so let's get started. Before I get on to the chapter, now this is a photograph. Now this could be Mumbai, though it looks a little different. Okay, but you get an idea. The reason why I got this photograph was for you to realize the kind of पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ कि कितनी आबादी इंडिया के शहरों में है. ओके, एंड दिस इज ओनली गोइंग टू इंक्रीज इन द इयर्स टू कम. सो एक क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जाएगा कि व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस दैट आर फेस्ड बाय द सिटीज इन इंडिया. सो अगर उसकी बात करें तो लेट्स गेट गोइंग. तो ये दिस इज अ कोट by Rustam Sidhwa, who is member of the Constituent Assembly in 1949. He said, I desire that a full-fledged local body, यानी कि जिस तरह से पंचायत is there in the rural areas, in the villages, similarly there should be a local body in the urban areas to look after the needs of the cities and the towns in the country. Okay, and the number of cities and towns, the big cities and towns that were there in 1949, 1950, soon after independence, now the number is much, much, much more. Okay, so he said, so that people may know really what is an administration, what are the franchise in the sense of voting for them, what are the powers, what are the rights of the citizens, and what are the privileges in a small sphere, that what is it that you are privileged to do in their own town, in their own villages. This is what he said. So now this is the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, okay, building, the main office, and this is what we are going to study in this particular chapter. Now, if you see the earlier chapters, this is what I showed you, the photographs, my own photograph after having voted in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. That earlier chapters have shown that in a democracy, good governance aims to empower the citizens. Empower the citizens is an important phrase. Okay, it's a keyword that you should use in your answers. Okay, empower the citizens so that they may actively participate in their country's functioning, whether it is at the rural, regional, urban, state or national level. So village level pe you are voting for the panchayat, at the district level you are voting for the Zilla Parishad, at the state level you are voting for your MLA. In an urban city you will be voting for the corporator in the local municipal corporations. For instance, if you are a citizen of Mumbai, you would also be voting for your local corporator in the Bombay Municipal Corporation. Okay, and if you are voting for the national thing, you will be voting for your member of parliament. So you realize that you have the right to choose your representative at different levels. Okay, rural, regional, urban, state or national level, what I just now mentioned. This is the broader concept of participatory democracy. Participatory democracy का मतलब बोले तो मैं पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा हूं भारत की डेमोक्रेसी में, यानी कि जो देश में जो डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस है, जहां पर मुझे ये अधिकार दिया गया है, आई एम गोइंग टू से दिस इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो, मुझे ये अधिकार दिया गया है कि मैं अपने उम्मीदवार को चुनूं, सही उम्मीदवार को चुनूं जो कि मुझे रिप्रेजेंट करेगा पंचायत में या म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन में या विधानसभा में या लोकसभा में. So what I am given the right is to choose my own representatives, and therefore I participate in the entire electoral process. And this is the beauty of democracy, that you as a citizen, and I can tell you there are elections, I said this in a previous video also, There are elections where a candidate has won by just one vote. That is the power of each and every vote. By one vote, by 6 votes. I once met a candidate who had won the election in the 90s by 9 votes. 9 votes. So that is the beauty. It can be a very, very narrow election. So that's why the vote of each and every citizen actually matters. Now, we saw the basics of the system in a rural context in the previous chapter. Let us now see how it works in an urban scenario, urban cities, towns. Since the latter, that is the urban areas, is generally more complex and more diverse. Why is it more complex and more diverse? Complex because you have more wealth in the cities, you have more income being generated in the cities. And I'll tell you something very interesting a little later in the video. Okay, you have more population, a population which is also very diverse, because let's say a city like Delhi, in a place like Delhi, you will have people from North India, you will have Bengalis, you will have South Indians, you will have Maharashtrians, you'll have Gujaratis, all of them staying in Delhi, which is the national capital. And as is the case with any city, you will find, for example, there is a significant North Indian population, let's say in a town like, in a city like Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, right? You may think Tamil Nadu, why should South Indians go and North Indians go and stay? They do go and stay. You go to Kochi, you will find a whole lot of Assamese living there. You come to Hyderabad, you will find a large number of people from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka, from Maharashtra, all of them settled in Hyderabad, also from North India. So India's cities in that sense are a kind of a melting pot. It's a good phrase. Melting pot means everybody. So it's a very heterogeneous kind of an atmosphere. यानी कि अलग अलग प्रदेशों से लोग आकर रहते हैं, तो इट बिकम्स ए वेरी डाइवर्स. ऐसा नहीं है कि सभी एक ही टाइप के हैं, एक ही भाषा बोलते हैं, एक ही खाना खाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. अलग अलग चीजों को यहां पर अपनाया जाता है शहरों में. जहां तक गांवों का सवाल है, whereas if you see the villages, you will find it to be a very homogeneous kind of variety. Homogeneous, heterogeneous. डिक्शनरी में इसका मीनिंग पता करो. होमोजीनियस का मतलब है सभी एक टाइप के, heterogeneous का मतलब है अलग अलग टाइप के. I'll give you another example. In your classroom, if there are 30 students or 40 students, all of you will be, the classroom will be very homogeneous in nature. Why? Because all of you will be coming from more or less the same kind of localities in and around the school. Distance of 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, maximum 8 to 10 kilometers from the school. So it is from a similar geographical area. Whereas if you come to Cbse with Sudhir, a YouTube channel with an online presence, so I now have a student who is from Vijayawada studying here. You have a student from Chennai. You have a student from Ludhiana in Punjab. You have a student from Rajkot in Gujarat. You have a student from Dhanbad in Jharkhand. So you will have students studying from your content from different sides. So what is the nature of this digital classroom? It is heterogeneous in nature. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. दो नए words आपको सिखाए हैं. Please note this down in your diary so that you can use this in your answers. Okay. Since the latter is generally more complex and diverse than the former, it is understandable that the urban governance system needs to be more complex too. Okay. So यहाँ पर हम इसके बेसिक प्रिंसिपल से पढ़ेंगे. बड़ी क्लासेस में 8th 9th में जाके इसको और डिटेल में पढ़ाया जाएगा. ओके. So why is a city like Kolkata, Chennai or Mumbai more complex and diverse than a village or a town? So same question पूछा गया है, तो मैं यहाँ पे आपको इसके बेसिक पॉइंट्स बताता हूं. पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी, यानी कि कम एरिया में ज्यादा लोग रहते हैं. इस फोटोग्राफ को देखिए, आपको उससे अंदाजा हो जाएगा. यू विल गेट एन आइडिया जस्ट बाय सीइंग दिस फोटोग्राफ. Aspirations of people go to a city like Mumbai, a Kolkata, a Chennai, a Bengaluru, a Hyderabad, a Delhi in order to make more money for themselves, in order to get variety of jobs which may not be possible in a village, right? Or even in the district headquarters sometimes. So you come to a big city so that you can earn more money for yourself and your family. Traffic woes, this is another problem for the administration. The more number of people, they will own a vehicle. It could be a car, a scooter, or any other means of communication. So there is traffic which has to be managed. Then there is infrastructure. If there are so many people, you need to construct these kind of buildings, office space, you need to have so many shops, you need to have markets, you need to have cinema theaters, you need to have a big railway station, you need to have a big airport, bus stand. So all that infrastructure, the roads, footpaths, all those things have to be created. Cultural diversity, what I just now told you, people from different parts of the country coming and living in that particular city. So it is not as though सिर्फ मराठी लोग ही बॉम्बे मुंबई में रहते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. You have Tamilians there, you have Telugus there, you have Bengalis there, you have people from Bihar there. So you have people from different parts of the country coming and living, and that leads to cultural diversity. Diversity यानी कि स्प्रेड हुआ पड़ा है. ये समझ में आ गया? Now, okay. Now, before we explore governance and administration in urban areas, it helps to take an overall view of the Indian system of governance from rural to national, as explained in next this thing. Okay. तो ये हमने 11th चैप्टर में लास्ट में कर दिया था. नाउ अब यहाँ पे देखते हैं. ऊपर हुआ यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, नरेंद्र मोदी जो सरकार चलाते हैं, भारत की सरकार दिल्ली में बैठकर. ओके, आई एम गिविंग एग्जांपल विद पीपल सो दैट यू कैन रिलेट टू इट बेटर होपफुली. ओके, उसके बाद आता है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. आई विल कीप गिविंग द एग्जांपल ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, ताकि सिंस आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग विद मुंबई, उसी का स्टेट गवर्नमेंट किसकी है. यू हैव right now before the elections, the elections will happen later this year in 2024. Right now Eknath Shinde is the chief minister of Maharashtra. Okay, so he runs the state government, he runs as the chief minister of Maharashtra, the state government. uske niche there is the local government. Now local government kis tarah ke hain? In the rural areas we've already seen panchayat, zila panchayat, panchayat samiti और ग्राम पंचायत, ग्राम सभा. ये हमने रूरल एरियाज में पिछले चैप्टर में 11वें चैप्टर में वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन दैट इन द 11th चैप्टर. इन द अर्बन एरियाज, मुंबई, पुणे, नागपुर, what do you have in these kind of cities? You have what are called the urban local bodies, ULB. Okay, ULBs बोलते हैं urban local bodies. तो उसमें कौन सा होगा? You will have the municipal corporation, okay, in a big city. You may which may also be called a municipal council or a city council or a nagar panchayat, depending on the population of that particular town. Then you have uske niche ward committee and people of the ward. Gram sabha matlab people of the ward are the people who vote. So ward committees will be there, but this is the main body. For instance, sadak theek nahi hai, to aap MP ko thodi bolenge. You will tell to the local corporator who is representing you in the म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. कॉर्पोरेशन में मेंबर को कॉर्पोरेटर बोलते हैं, कुछ जगह पे काउंसिलर भी बोलते हैं, बट कॉर्पोरेटर इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. बिजली ठीक नहीं है, पानी की दिक्कत है, ड्रेनेज ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है, किसको बोलेंगे? यू विल नॉट राइट अ लेटर टू द प्राइम मिनिस्टर और द चीफ मिनिस्टर. यू विल टेल टू द लोकल कॉर्पोरेटर एंड ही और शी विल अटेंड टू इट. सो दिस इज हाउ द अर्बन स्ट्रक्चर is there. Now, the urban local body structure are, I mean, they are called the urban local bodies. They are decentralized, which means instead of operating under a central authority, decentralized का मतलब, see, centralized का मतलब ये होता है कि सारी all the powers are in the hands of one person or one body. Okay, decentralized का मतलब है I am not taking all powers in my hand, I am outsourcing it. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Okay, drainage, you will take care of the drainage problem, you will take care of the electricity problem, you will take care of the problem of footpath. Oh, but roads you will take care of. So I have decentralized it in the sense that everybody does not have to come to me कि drainage का भी, पानी का भी, power का भी, road का भी, footpath का भी, traffic का भी, सभी मेरे पास आने की जरूरत नहीं है. What I have done is to kind of divide the duties among different bodies or different people. So drainage, that person can come to him and get that solved. Roads का problem, it can be taken to her, she will solve the problem. So I have decentralized the administration. That's what it means. So instead of operating under a central authority, at the top, the local communities have a direct say on how their areas are managed, on the issues they face. For example, I stay, let's say, just for an example, I stay in Chembur in Mumbai. Okay, I have a problem. I go to the Chembur Municipal Corporation ka office. There I go and meet the officer who is looking after the condition of the roads in Chembur. I go and give my complaint letter to him. So he is directly responsible for fixing the problem. He is a local, so he will know कि ओ उस गली में वो problem है. हाँ, okay, I am aware of it. अगले हफ्ते तक ठीक हो जाएगा. So he is kind of, he knows the local problem and it gets solved that way. It gets addressed that way. So it's a mechanism for citizens living in an area to come together and take decisions about what is best for them. So that's how the local problems get solved. Now, cities and towns are divided into smaller units called wards, and the ward committees facilitate activities such as conducting health camps, campaign against use of single-use plastic, because plastic बहुत पतला हो तो it is not considered good for the environment, because when you discard it, it is non-biodegradable, यानी कि वो खत्म नहीं होता है, it becomes part of the soil and that is harmful for the environment. So we want to tell people that please सब्जी खरीदने जाओ, carry your thela, don't take a single use plastic from him, because that plastic cannot be discarded. So use a cloth bag. That's what. Do you use a cloth bag? If you do, please say yes, that your family uses cloth bags. You carry it from home, you keep it in your vehicle and get vegetables or fruits or grocery in those cloth bags. That's what you should do. Please do not use plastic. Okay. Similarly, health camps. So they keep an eye on anything that might go wrong, a water leak, a blocked drains. जैसे मैंने कहा, इन सब छोटी नहीं है, बड़ी बातें हैं, because they can upset your life. But these are issues which the ward committees of the municipal corporation takes care. A damaged road, etc., and report such problems to the authorities. However, the precise functioning of the wards differ from state to state depending on the rules they make, because it comes under the state government. So it can जो मुंबई में होगा, it may be different in Vijayawada, it may be different in Visakhapatnam, it may be different in Bengaluru. So it can depend like that. थोड़े से फेरबदल होगा, but broadly this is what they are supposed to do. So what they do, so if you're talking about what can a responsible citizen do, ये थोड़ा आगे आता है. I'll do it a little later. So what you do, this is a health camp. This is, garbage disposal. Garbage का ट्रक आया है, ये पूरा garbage लेके जाएगा. ये हो गए roads which are not in good condition. This is about the greenery of your neighborhood park, so that you can go for walking, you can go and meet people, you can jog in the park, you can spend some time in the park, you can do all that. So you need that kind of a green lung space. So altogether, urban local bodies are responsible for a range of functions, helping take care of the infrastructure, the burial ground, graveyard नीचे पास में, garbage collection, disposal, checking the implementation of government schemes, collecting property tax, local tax, power bills, etc. So they have a role to play in doing all this. ऐसा नहीं कि सारे footpaths are blocked by some vendors. So you ensure that the footpaths are there for people to walk on instead of them walking on the road. Okay. So however, for these bodies to be able to perform efficiently, people living in the city must also perform their duties, which means that they must show care and concern for their city. Remember, this is a participatory democracy. That हमारे कुछ अधिकार हैं, we have some rights, but हमारी कुछ जिम्मेदारी भी है. We also have some responsibility. Understood? I've said it in both Hindi and English. You have some rights, you also have some duties and responsibilities. If people follow these instructions regarding waste segregation, then garbage collection becomes easier, because if they अभी जैसे होता है, the vegetable waste you put in one color ka dustbin. The other kind of, some kind of wrapper, you bought potato chips, wrapper में आता है, plastic wrapper में. So you put it separately. You don't mix it together and put it together, then it becomes difficult. So अगर ये होगा, so this will go into biodegradable, this will go into the non-biodegradable waste. So it becomes easy for the garbage disposal person also to take care of the garbage. So responsible disposal of garbage is also one of the duties of citizens like you and me. So can you think of 4 or more such actions that responsible citizens must take? तो ये मैंने यहाँ पर लिखा है आपके लिए. They should promote recycling of waste, कि जो vegetable waste है वगैरह उसको compost बना सकते हैं, वर्मी कंपोस्ट में काम आ सकता है, उससे फिर मैन्योर बन सकता है. It can create manure as natural organic fertilizer for the soil, right? So you can promote recycling of waste. Okay, use public transport instead of taking your own vehicle, your own car, or you can invest in a e-bike instead of a petrol bike so that you reduce pollution in the city, right? You can ride a bicycle instead of using your car. You can conserve water. ये नहीं कि अपनी कार को धोना है तो बड़ा पाइप से आप liters, many liters of water you are wasting, like it happens in many places, right? You should not do those kind of things. Water is a precious resource. ये सिर्फ आपका नहीं है, ये हम सबका है. So it is also your duty to ensure that you save water. Go green, plant trees so that the area is more green. That is something which you can do. You can shop at the local market. I'm giving you lots of points. इन सबको आप लंबा लाइन में लिख के कर दीजिए, मार्क्स पूरे आ जाएंगे. You can shop at the local market so that you encourage the local economy of that area. कि मेरे पास का जो पड़ोस में जो दुकानदार है उसका भी धंधा चलता रहे. So please shop at the local market. You promote local entrepreneurs. Local entrepreneurs means local startups, businessmen, जो छोटे businessmen हैं, to help stimulate the local economy, ताकि there is circulation of money in the local economy itself. It is always better that way. If my neighbor is also doing well, it is better because tomorrow he may buy something from me. If I am also a shopkeeper, so if I buy something from him for 20 rupees, he may also buy something from me for 25 rupees. So हम दोनों का फायदा है. मैं कपड़े बेचता हूं, वो ग्रोसरी बेचता है. So हम दोनों एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. Then tutor students. If you are someone who has some free time, or you want to do something good, there are people from underprivileged places. You say that, okay, I will teach you in my free time, like I do. I am not a professional teacher in a school. मैं किसी स्कूल में जाके पढ़ाता नहीं हूँ. I am a professional in my own right. मैं every day अपने दिन में से समय निकाल के I prepare these videos so that I can help all of you free of cost, because it's quite possible that आपके स्कूल में teacher is not the best teacher for a particular subject. I'm not saying they're not good, but it's possible. And CBSE schools are in different small towns where sometimes you do not get the best possible teacher. But if you come to me, come to this channel, subscribe to the channel, see the videos, आपके सारे concepts you will get clear. That is precisely the idea behind doing something like this. So what I do as a responsible citizen is to tutor students. Okay, I help with the neighborhood cleanup drives. Okay, let's say on the second Sunday of every month, there's a lake which is dirty, so we go, 20 of us go and help clean the lake so that the environment is clear. The neighborhood park में garbage disposal हो रहा है, तो वहां पे garbage सब remove करके clean up करो. So you can be a responsible citizen by doing all these things. Okay, so that is the idea. Then तो ये क्वेश्चन आए तो आप लिख सकते हैं. This is the Chennai Corporation का office. Okay, very old building. The Madras Corporation, earlier Chennai का पुराना नाम था Madras. Now Greater Chennai Corporation, it was established in 1688, so it's that old. 17th century से है. It is the oldest municipal institution in India. So the oldest municipal institution के बारे में MCQs आए तो you have to write Chennai, या हो सकता है वो Madras भी लिख के दे. The East India Company issued a charter the previous year constituting the town of Fort St. George. Now those of you from Tamil Nadu, Chennai will be familiar, but Tamil Nadu का जो secretariat है, जिसको सचिवालय बोलते हैं हिंदी में, where the government, where Chief Minister M.K. Stalin sits, is called Fort St. George. It's an old building, right? And territories from 16 kilometers from the fort were the thing. So आसपास के जितने भी areas थे, उसको मिला के they made it into a municipal corporation. So then in 1792, it gave the Madras Corporation power to levy municipal taxes. Levy matlab you collect municipal taxes. You say that, okay, you have to pay 20 rupees as municipal tax. Tab ki baat hai. You have to pay municipal tax every year. Okay, which is when the municipal administration properly began. So 1792 it began, but it was established in 1688. This is an important aspect about the Municipal Corporation of Chennai. और इस बिल्डिंग को भी आप ध्यान रखिएगा. Okay, the photograph, this one and Mumbai, you should remember because you could get a picture based question as well. Now, What are the services under the Indore Municipal Corporation? Why specifically Indore की बात हो रही है? Because Indore अभी स्वच्छ भारत अभियान चल रहा है under this particular Narendra Modi government, the NDA government, in which they rank cities in terms of cleanliness कि कौन सा city सबसे साफ सुथरा है. And Indore, Surat, Mysore, these are the cities which have been consistently coming in the top 5. Okay, for the past so many years, Indore, Surat, Mysore kind of cities have been coming in the top 5 for many years. So they collect property tax. That is, if I am living in this property, I have to give a property tax every year. Okay, you have to pay for the water that you use. This is the solid waste management which I said that, different this thing, like अगर बैटरीज को डिस्पोज कर रहे हैं, आपका बैटरी कुछ है तो आप उसको रेड वाले में डालेंगे बिकॉज इट हैज टू बी ई वेस्ट हैज टू बी डिस्पोज्ड ऑफ इन अ केयरफुल मैनर, राइट. सो अलग अलग टाइप का बायोडिग्रेडेबल, नॉन बायोडिग्रेडेबल को अलग अलग तरह के डस्टबिन में आप डिस्पोज करेंगे सो दैट द गार्बेज पर्सन नोज, ओ दिस डस्टबिन विल कंटेन दिस काइंड ऑफ वेस्ट. देन यू हैव होर्डिंग्स लगते हैं, उसके लिए पैसा लगता है. सो दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, द वाटर, देन the different kind of licenses, vendors वगैरह के लिए. Then there is a fire services, the Department of Fire, then marriage certificate, birth certificate, different kinds of certificate, birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, which are issued by different authorities. Then you have, you cannot cut a tree without permission from the municipal corporation. ऐसा नहीं है कि पेड़ है मैं काट दूंगा, no, पेड़ लगा सकते हैं, पेड़ काट नहीं सकते हैं. Okay. Then you have whatever grievances that you file a complaint with the municipal corporation. Then you have water tanker, septic tanker, to clean the drain, the sewage thing, the auditoriums, funeral van, mobile toilet, ambulance. CRM is citizen relationship management. So these are the different services which are provided by the Indore Municipal Corporation, and Baki Municipal Corporation will also be providing similar kind of services. Similar services Baki Corporation भी provide करती है. Okay. So Indore in Madhya Pradesh has been awarded the cleanest city in India under the Swachh Sarvekshan government scheme for the 7 years in a row. What could have been the role of Indore citizens in this achievement? Based on this, you can also talk about and mix it with what I have told you just now here. यहाँ पे इसको और इसको मिलाकर you can write that because this is what the citizens of Indore must have been doing, which is why they have got the most clean city award for 7 years in a row. So Chennai and Indore have a municipal corporation at the top of the urban bodies. Only cities with a population of above 10 lakhs have a municipal corporation. So Hyderabad will have, Bangalore will have, Chennai has, Kochi has, Delhi has, Mumbai has, Nagpur, Pune. So these are all big cities which will have a municipal corporation because the population is over 10 lakh people living in that city. It's called Mahanagar Nigam. Okay, between 1 and 10 lakhs, the highest body is a municipal council. So छोटा उससे छोटा होगा जहां पर आबादी, जहां पर पॉपुलेशन 1 और 10 लाख के नीचे है, तब वहां पर उसको म्युनिसिपल काउंसिल कहते हैं, जिसको कि हिंदी में नगर पालिका कहते हैं. ओके, महानगर निगम एंड नगर पालिका. प्लीज रिमेंबर द हिंदी वर्ड्स आल्सो. Cities and towns with smaller population have a nagar panchayat, which is less than 1 lakh people ka population. It will be called a nagar panchayat, which will be the really small towns. Okay, this is something. So depending on which city you are living in, आप पता कीजिए न्यूज़पेपर से, टेलीफोन डायरेक्टरी से या गूगल कीजिए कि आपके शहर में क्या है, नगर पंचायत है, नगर पालिका है या महानगर निगम है. Whether you have a municipal corporation, municipal council or a nagar panchayat. Nagar panchayat and panchayat are two different things. Panchayat is in the rural areas, nagar panchayat is in the small town. So don't get confused between the two. Okay. Then how do urban local bodies fund their activities? Now they fund their activities by collection of taxes. They get grant money from the state government or the central government, right? Then they charge also for the services. For example, let's say, for example, somebody has died, you send a funeral van, there will be a little bit of charge so that, the petrol, fuel cost of running that vehicle and paying the employees, the driver, the helper, etc., who take the body to the funeral ground, their salaries can be paid. So you pay a little, collect a little amount from the different people. So you charge for the services, you collect taxes, then you also for garbage collection you charge money for that services. So you collect these kind of money taxes from the citizens in order to fund your activities. Now यहाँ पर एक स्टोरी की तरह है आगे. Hello, I haven't seen you around. Samir says, Samir and Anita are talking. Samir says, hello, I haven't seen you around here before. Are you new to this village? So he's in a village. So Anita has come to this village. So Samir asks her कि मैंने तुमको यहाँ नहीं देखा, क्या तुम नई हो यहाँ पर? Anita says, hello, yes, I am visiting my grandparents who live nearby. So मैं अपने ग्रैंडपेरेंट्स दादा दादी या नाना नानी को मिलने के लिए आई हूं. मैं शहर से हूं लेकिन यहां पर काफी अलग है. इट्स क्वाइट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम हियर. ओ रियली, व्हाट इज इट लाइक इन द सिटी? सो समीर जो कि गांव में रहता है वो ये जानना चाहता है कि शहर में अलग कैसा है. हाउ इज इट डिफरेंट इन द सिटी? अनीता सेज इट इज बिजी एंड क्राउडेड, यानी कि काफी व्यस्त रहता है और काफी भीड़ भी है और काफी बड़ी बड़ी इमारतें हैं. टॉल बिल्डिंग्स एवरीवेयर. There are so many people rushing around all the time that there is so much of a crowd and people are always in a hurry in the city. And therefore, it is very, very noisy, whereas here it is all very quiet. It is very noisy in the cities. Also, people are more independent and often don't even know their neighbors. That in the village, you will always know कि मेरे इस तरफ कौन रहता है, इस तरफ कौन रहता है. शहरों में होता क्या है? That very often you don't even know who your next door neighbor is. Okay, because everyone leads a very insulated kind of life. You know कि मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि मेरा पड़ोसी कौन है, वो क्या करता है, whatever. Okay, so that's the difference between a village and a city. So if you are asked a question that based on this story, mark out the differences between the city life and the village life, you can mark this. The noise, whereas here it is very quiet. People here don't even know their neighbors in the cities, whereas village everybody knows each other. So he says here everyone knows everyone else and pitches in to help each other out, and therefore they're more helpful in a village. We work together in the field, celebrate festivals together, and even make decisions as a community. So Samir says that about the village. So yeah, इस story में से आप से पूछा जा सकता है. You can be asked questions, the difference between a city and village life. So please write this as I'm telling you this. You make a table, city, village, and you write it to this thing. Revise करने के टाइम पे आपको ये फायदा होगा. Okay. Anita says, oh, there is still some sense of community in the city. That city maybe there is a sense of community. Just the other day, following heavy rains, a house collapsed 2 streets away. That near my house, there was a house which collapsed in the heavy rains. ये काफी कुछ देखा जाता है in many cities. Okay, so dozens of people. So people came out to help the people whose house had collapsed. So they're all helping them. Okay. Gather from all over the place to help clear the rubble and make rubble का मतलब पूरा ये जो all that collapsed material, the bricks, the furniture, everything, the rubble it's called rubble, and make sure no one was trapped inside. So sometimes people can get trapped beneath the concrete, so to help them. So doesn't the local government help in such cases? Samir asked. Yes, it does. In fact, we have local bodies and elected representatives who represent us and our interests. What I have told you so far. Samir says, well, it sounds like our village panchayat, only bigger. So he's saying, oh, ये हमारे पंचायत की तरह ही है, right? So what we have in the village, you have it in the cities, but it is a little bigger. That's another difference. Members are elected too, but because they all know each other, a lot more people can participate and discuss all kinds of issues that concern the village. Now, cities may you see the voting percentage is always less because people don't care. Whereas in a village, because you know everybody, there is greater enthusiasm to take part in the election and vote. Sometimes even kids can get hurt. The Bal Panchayat that we spoke about in the previous chapter. Oh, really? You're not making that up. Making that up, miss? तुम मनगढ़ंत कहानी तो नहीं बता रहे हो? I hope you are not bluffing. I hope you are not saying something which does not exist. So, this you see, the electricity wire is going, but there is some kind of a short circuit, some kind of a spark. So, children are seeing it and noticing it, and they can go and complain to the electricity office that near that house, the electrical wire, the power line is giving some kind of a spark which can lead to a fire mishap. So Samir says, not at all. The other day, a few kids noticed that an electricity wire was hanging dangerously low, almost touching the roof of a building. Not only did we report it, so we reported that to the electricity office, but we also explained to one of our Gram Sabha members that an electric post should be shifted a little, and it was done. That we said that the electricity pole should be moved a little away from that house, so that that kind of a danger is not there, and they actually listened to us and they did that, right? So it means that our voice also gets heard in a Gram Panchayat. Great. I suppose that's how democracy should work. It seems more complicated in the city, but the idea is the same. Everyone's voice matters. This is an important line. कि cities में भी ऐसा होता है, थोड़ा सा complex है because obviously population is much more, it's much more diverse. But the principle is the same, that everyone's voice matters. So you can be asked a question, what does everyone's voice matter mean? Then you will have to explain this part. Okay? Samir says, yes, it does. Sorry, I must make a move. My mother needs my help for a little shopping. Thanks for telling me about the city. And thanks for telling me about your village. I'm definitely going to look around. Well, maybe we'll meet again sometime. Bye. So that's how the story ends. The chapter ends. This is the 3 points that you have broadly studied in this thing. Question and answers, as I said, we will do later. Okay, once we have finished more of the chapters. So we come to the end of the civics thing. I hope you have done this by now. Please do that in your own interest, and also to support the channel. Share the videos with your classmates so that more and more children, more and more of your friends can benefit from what we are putting out absolutely free of cost. Okay, tata, bye bye. Thank you very much. Now the remaining chapters will also be done. So geography is done completely, civics is done completely. थोड़ा history का एक chapter बाकी है. Then economics and cultural history are left, which also will be done very soon. Thank you very much. God bless you.